Hello mga ka-electronics, welcome back. This is the continuation of our discussion regarding power supply, switch mode power supply and ordinary power supply, and rectification and filtering. Then also with the frequency consideration in each power supply, because this is a higher frequency power supply. This is a standard frequency 60 Hz power supply. Now, if you watch my previous videos regarding this is the continuation. I discussed some of those in the previous videos. Now this is the continuation. Now this is the waveform of a full wave rectifier. So in drawing, this is the drawing, no, of a full wave rectifier. This is the input here, and this is the bridge rectifier using a full wave, no, that's 4 diodes. Okay, so this is the input AC voltage in, that's the 60 Hz cycle. We're discussing here the ordinary power supply, the 60 Hz cycle. That's based on the frequency of the household supply or household electricity, the 220 volts or 120 volts, depende. Now, but this one, well, this could be 220 or 120 volts, or a lower voltage, like this is from a transformer, that could be as well. So depende kung anong input dito, no, as long as kaya ng diodes yung voltage na i-inject mo dito sa input, like 220 volts or 120 volts, because every diode has, of course, a voltage rating capacity and ampere rating as well for the current. So you have to consider those parameters. Now this is the full wave, okay, and of course we have the filter capacitor. But this drawing, this is unfiltered pulsating DC, meaning pulsating DC meaning considered as DC because there's only a waveform at the top of the horizontal line, the time domain. So these are the all positive cycles, okay. The negative cycle was being transferred to the top. That's why it's all positive, because of the action of the 4 diodes. How these 4 diodes act or response based on the input signal and have this output pulsating DC. Again, this is unfiltered, no? Okay, this is the filter capacitor. Tatanggalin muna natin. Okay? I-remove muna natin. So that's the output. Now, anong action nitong 4 na diode to have this output? Okay. Let's say the first half cycle, okay, the positive cycle will goes through this diode, because this is positive and this is negative. So positive cycle goes this diode and have an output here, positive cycle half, and the negative cycle will, if the input will alternate its wave to negative, then negative here, negative cycle. So this will pass to this diode. Let's say this is diode 1, see diode 2, See, diode 3 and diode 4. So the negative cycle will pass through to diode 2. Then that negative cannot go straight to this diode D3 because this is positive and this is negative cycle. So there's no way but to go on the output connection. No, so this is negative. So then the other half, when the input voltage will back to positive, okay, okay, here negative here on this line, negative here and positive on the other line. Okay, so the negative will pass to this diode D3, because this is negative and this is positive here, so we'll pass through this diode D3 and go out to this line. Okay, so that's negative. Sorry, it's negative. Okay, cycle. Then when the AC current will alternate to another positive, so same again, same action, goes this diode positive, and if negative, this way, on the other side as well, positive this way, negative this way. So whatever the signal that comes in to these 4 diodes, all those signals will be converted to output, and this is the result. Okay, there's no missing signal in the output, because all these 4 diodes can always respond to the input signal regardless if it is positive or negative. Because if positive this way, if negative this way, if this line is positive this way and this line is negative this way, so all these inputs will be converted to output without missing cycle or cycles. So this is the output. So this is the proof. Okay. Nagbangga. Oh my goodness. Natamaan yung fan ng board. Say on again. Okay, still running. Okay. So again, this video is like, when I am going to upload this video, this is a raw video. There's no editing. There's no removing some parts. This seems like a live video. So I'm asking an apology just in case I have some mistakes in my discussion. So an apology, and you can comment your correction in my video so that we can discuss those mistakes, just in case. Because again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a master, I'm just a beginner in electronics and just want to share my little knowledge in electronics. And that's why this is for beginners. This is not for professional or expert. This is for beginners only. Alright? Now, let's go back here. So this is the, based on our drawing theory. This is the theory and this is the actual in our oscilloscope. That's the full wave pulsating DC, no? Output of these 4 diodes, okay? These 4 diodes here. 1, 2, 3, 4 diodes. That's connected to our oscilloscope, and that's the output. Now, that's unfiltered. So, based on our theory, this is the unfiltered drawing. So, if we're going to connect the filter capacitor, this is the output. So, if perfectly filtered, meaning maganda yung pagka-filter in terms of course, the value of capacitor, if we connect this, going to connect this one. Okay, so this will be the output. So it's this will be a straight line. This pulsating DC will be converted to straight line, and this will become positive and this is negative. Okay, so if not filtered properly, of course, again, that the output again and the filtering will be based on how much capacitor you will be using here as filter. So the higher the capacitance, the good filtering result. Okay, higher capacitance. So usually depende, yung iba at least 2,200 microfarad, 4,700 microfarad, 68,000 or 10,000 microfarad, because of course the price will vary depending on the capacitance value and the voltage value as well, the voltage rating. So let's say 12 volts, 2,200 microfarad, no, is cheaper than 4,700 microfarad or 68,000 or 10,000 microfarad. Okay, so depende kung ilan yung capacitance value ng capacitor mo sa magiging quality ng output mo dito sa final output ng power supply. Okay, so again, this is a 60 Hz based on 60 Hz cycle standard. Now this is the full wave and this is the meaning the half wave, no, using only one diode. So this is the result, this is the output. Okay, in theory this is the output. There's some missing half wave, this portion, this one. Okay, there's a missing half wave, unlike in a full wave rectifier. So this is the half wave output, and this is the proof that's the half wave here using one diode. So yan, using one diode. This filter capacitor not yet connected. This one, that's the other circuit. This one diode. Okay, so one diode, only one diode, and these are four diodes, and this also one diode for the other power supply connection. So this I think from this power supply, this is a half wave. Okay, now this is the output of half wave, and this is the the proof that the theory is really correct in illustrating this output. There's some missing half wave. Now in filtering, compared to full wave, this is especially using only 60 hertz frequency. That's considered lower frequency, no, or low frequency. This kind of rectification is not familiar or not popular in 60 hertz cycle frequency or standard power supply, because yun nga na ang problema is itong half na missing. So to recover this, it's hard for this to make a straight line, because our target really is a straight line in the output, no, straight line, a pure DC, like a battery, a pure DC, no, not a pulsating DC. Okay, not like this, not bakit may ganito? Because of the filtering, no? Okay, because of the filtering, lack of filtering this kind of output. Because of this, if like there's a missing waveform, it's hard this part here to connect to the other wave, no? This wave hard to connect to the other wave and other wave, so on and so forth, because of this big gap. It's a half cycle gap. That's half cycle gap. Whereas in full wave, it's not that hard for the capacitor to make it straight like that, no? Okay, because it's like, especially if this is a higher frequency like this, no, this switching. That's why most of electronic circuits that needs a good power supply, so they prefer to have this kind of power supply, a switching power supply. Aside from this is a lightweight power supply in terms of output quality, so this is the number one what do you call it, number one choice of designers compared to ordinary power supply like this. It's simple, but in terms of output quality, you have to compensate with a higher capacitance value to make this pulsating DC a straight line, as like a battery output, no? Okay, so like a very straight line, this is a plus and minus output. There's no waveforms including in the output because of not a good filter in the filtering section. Okay, so that's the difference. Again, this is the half wave. So if you use half wave, now half wave is popular. Okay, I'd like to clarify. If half wave is not popular in this kind of power supply, in switching power supply, that's popular, the half wave, because of, again, of the higher frequency. Even this, like this one, the half wave, only one diode, or even the output is like this, no? But since of higher frequency, it's like magkadikit-dikit na lang yan sila, no? Magkadikit-dikit na lang yan sila. Parang maging ganito na rin sila. Parang wala na missing half wave because of higher frequency. Okay, like for example, this one is 60 hertz. 60 cycles per second, and this is 28 kilohertz per second. Just imagine how many times this 60 hertz multiplied to have this, like this one. I show you in my previous, I show this output frequency in my previous videos, that this is I think that 28, more or less 28 kilohertz output frequency. So that's the thing, no? The half wave rectification is popular in switching power supply, not on this kind of power supply. So usually this one is a full wave to have this output, okay, to have this output, and not that hard to filter because it's a full wave, okay. So but in switching power supply, it's not that hard to filter. The half wave rectification is not hard to filter because of higher frequency signals. Is like wala nang gap, no? Para magkadugtong-dugtong na, kahit may actually may mga gap pa yan parehan ito. Pag i-zoom out natin, for example, parang yan, no? Pag ganyan pa rin ang itsura ng half wave sa switching power supply, but because of higher frequency, so magiging pag zoom out natin yan, try natin zoom out, parang nakita nyo yan, parang magiging gano'n na yan, okay. So yan, parang magkadikit-dikit na, no? Kasi pag i-zoom out, zoom out pa natin ng zoom out, parang gano'n na lang siya, no? So yan, okay. Yan. So that's the difference now between the half wave and full wave and switching power supply and ordinary power supply. Again, if you use a half wave rectification, that's good in switching power supply, because the missing wave will be compensated by the higher frequency. But here in ordinary power supply, if you have that half wave rectifier, it's hard for you to get the desired output, which is a straight line output, because of lower frequency. No, that's based on the 60 hertz cycle. So yun. Now ito naman full wave, pag lower frequency yan, ordinary power supply, kahit i-filter mo pa yan ng mataas, halos hindi mo pa rin makuha yung straight, no? May mga ganun pa rin siya, may nagwe-wave pa rin siya ng konti, okay. Magwe-wave pa rin yan. Only battery is a perfect DC, no? Kasi wala talaga yung from the start DC na talaga siya. Wala talagang halong AC yan. Whereas dito kasi sa power supply is talagang kinonvert lang from AC to DC, and that is why you have to do something like beyond what you can in terms of filtering to have a good output. Okay, lalo na sa mga amplifiers. That's why yung mga amplifiers, kita nyo mga capacitor, ang lalaki, parang mga baso. Why? Dahil ang tataas na ng mga capacitance value niyan, 10,000, 68,000, no? Maybe 20,000, baka meron pa 30,000. So it's napakamahal na yan, bawat isa niyan. Okay? So yun ang then you need a higher ampere rating, lalo sa mga amplifier, mga mga maabot na ng mga tag 1,000 to 2,000 watts siguro yan, to 250, ano yan, 5,000, 2,500 watts, mga something like that. So, kailangan mo na ng napakagandang power supply. Or else, affected yung output mo. Magkaroon ng humming, or di kaya basag yung base dahil kinukulang siya ng supply. So, yun ang ano doon, diferensya. Now, kung na-notice ninyo, pagdating naman sa mga, lalo na sa power supply, sa amplifiers, audio amplifier, but usually transformer type ang gamit. Nakita nyo mga transformer na sobrang laki. No? Dahil siyempre para malaki yung ampere rating, nagbe-base ang ampere rating sa size ng transformer dahil sa laki ng copper wire na ginagamit sa winding. So that's why masyadong malaki yung mga transformer. So bakit kaya hindi gamitan ng switching power supply? No? So yun pa ang medyo big question. So maybe hindi pa kaya sa design ng switching power supply to have that output, let's say yung mga ampere rating ng mga power supply sa mga audio amplifier na mga malalaki siguro. Sabihin mo ilang amperes yan, mga baka 100 amperes, no? 150 amperes. Parang welding machine na yan. Okay? So hindi na kaya because ito, although maraming parts pero maliliit ang mga parts, no? Which is hindi naman ganun kalaki yung mga ampere rating, kataas rather ng mga ampere rating ng mga parts. Like yung mga dito, yung mga ginagamit na sa switching, no? Yung transistor. So baka hindi naaabot ng mga tag 150 amperes, 100 amperes. Okay? So, yun ang drawbacks ng switching power supply so far. Because as what I noticed pag mga malalaking amplifiers, lalo na yun sa mga pang-disco, is talagang they using transformerized or transformer type power supply. So, next video natin is ito sa 60 cycles. Ipapakita ko naman sa inyo. Ito. Papakita ko sa inyo paano yung filtering, yung output. Since ito yon siya, no? Wala pang filter to, Ibig sabihin ganito pa siya. So, ipi-filter natin, this is the filter capacitor. Maliit lang yan. I think this is 2.2 microfarad. Just to illustrate how filter works, no? So, titingnan nyo yung signal natin sa oscilloscope. What will happen if I connect this filter capacitor to the output of this bridge rectifier. So, i-connect ko yan. Naka-connect na yung isa, yung positive, yung negative na lang. Kukonek ko dito. Okay. Then, i-ready ko lang. Tapos, pag diniin ko yan sa butas, mag-connect siya sa capacitor. Then, tingnan nyo, itutok ko na yung video dito sa, yan na. I-connect ko na yung filter capacitor. So, what happened? Naging straight line na yung wave. Naging straight line na siya. Ibig sabihin, we can consider it as pure DC na siya. Hindi na sa pulsating DC. But, since our filter is a small capacitor, only 2.2 microfarad. So, although straight, but if we're going to zoom in, makikita mo it's either may mga noises or some pulsating DC, no? Ayan, Parang nagwe-wave pa siya, no? Nakasum in na yan. Okay? So, hindi pa rin yan talaga na masabi natin na magandang output. Again, because of, you know, our filter is of a small capacitor, this is not good enough for filtering. Okay lang ito pag hindi naman talaga gusto na maging good quality yung output na DC, but at least sa mga maliliit na mga circuits, they're using small filter. That's fine, no? Depende kasi yan sa requirement ng circuit. So, pero pag ginamit mo ito sa mga like audio, then this is not a good one. So, maybe you have to use this big capacitor. This is a 4,700 microfarad, 50 volts. I have here another is 2,200 microfarad, 35 volts. That could be a good filter here. So, I have also some bigger capacitor here. So, I have this this one is 6,800, no? 6,800. So correction, this is not 68. Wala na sigurong 68,000, no? 6,800. 6,800, 80 volts. Same also this one, 6,880 volts. So yan yung mga pwedeng pang filter sa mga, lalo na sa mga audio circuits, no? Na it needs a good filter supply or a good quality supply para walang, kasi yung noise sa power supply, isa na yun na na-amplify ng amplifier and will goes out through speaker, and yun na yung noise, yung humming or ano pa yung mga undesired noises na maririnig mo sa speaker due to some poor filtering in power supply. Okay? So, those are the possibilities, guys. So, next time. So, again, this one. So, that's the output. Okay, I will remove the filter. What will happen? Okay, I will remove the filter capacitor to this bridge rectifier. See? Okay, so bumalik siya sa yan, bumalik siya sa ganyan. Pulsating DC. Yung sa taas, possible, those are noises, no? Yun yung mga glitter sa taas ng waveforms natin. Those are possible noises because, you know, there's lots of electronics here, like computer, you know. This computer can create noise. Maybe the soldering iron because it creates a magnetic field here. There's a winding here. Okay? That contribute to the display. So, the environment, no? So, and even the circuit itself, maybe it's not like that clean. Kaya, ganon. Ganon yung waveform. Alright? And ito naman sa half wave, no? Ito nyo yung parang pagdating doon sa top edge ng signal, bago siya mag down to negative, is mayroong parang angular siya dyan. So that's the switching of diode from positive to negative, no? So yan yung mga ganon, mga indication ng switching of the diode between negative and positive pulses. Okay, but this one is maybe some noises rides on our desired signal. So next video natin is because this 60 Hz again, hindi yan dito sa switching, dito yan galing na wave yan. At saka yan half wave na yan. So next video natin, napakahaba na kasi, ito na naman, dito naman tayo mag-focus sa switching. Tapos na tayo dito. And also the filtering. We'll see. Ito pala yung nakasulat ko dito, no? Power supply, switching mode, power supply. Yan. Primary stage, secondary stage. 12 volts. Ano yung difference nila? Convert low frequency input to high frequency output in kilohertz. Yung switching type transformer. That's a switching mode power supply. And lots of, like this one, lots of discrete components involved. Unlike this one, only ka transformer, diode, capacitor, that's it. Only 3 components, no? This one, may mga oscillator, may iba dyan, ano pa na yung mga dyan, marami pa, may mga ICs pa dyan, no? Okay, so because this is not just ordinary switching power supply, this is a supply of a computer. So this is not just an ordinary switching power supply. That's why napakarami pa ng mga components niya na maliliit sa dito. Yan. Alright. And transformer type, yan, pareho lang ang drawing, presentation natin. Primary, may secondary din siya. 12 volts, pero no change in input and output frequency. Pag ano yung input, ganun din yung output. 60 Hz, 60 Hz din yung output. Whereas in switching, 220, 60 Hz, paglabas, in kilohertz na. Because of the switching being applied inside that power supply. Okay, there's an oscillator that provide a higher frequency signals, and that's become an output frequency of that power supply. Use ordinary transformer. Ito may transformer din yan, pero nakita nyo kung silipin natin to, tanggalin ko dito sa plug, baliktarin natin. Okay, pag binaligtad natin yan, yan yung sa parts na side niya. Nakita nyo? Walang malaking transformer. Yan, maliit na transformer. Yan yung switching transformer niya. Yan. So, kumpara mo dito sa ganitong transformer na maliit lang ang pirahe nito, pero ganun na siya kalaki. What if 3 amperes, 4 amperes yan? Ito, ang output nito, umaabot na ito actually ng 12 amperes or 25 amperes, no? Lalo na itong 5 volts, no? Mas mataas ang ampere rating nito. Pero hindi siya ganoon kabigat, no? Dahil wala nga siya malaking transformer. Whereas ito, maliit pa lang, medyo mabigat na. Okay? So that's the difference between ordinary and switching. So much for that, guys. Next time is ito naman yung focus natin, switching power supply. Ano rin yung magiging full wave niya at saka ano rin yung magiging half wave niya. Then pagdating sa filtering, ano din yung mas makita nating difference. Alright? That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.